Hello, how are we doing? Thank you so much for joining me for today's live. It will be super valuable, especially if you have no idea how to cook in batch or how to track, and you definitely want to lose weight, right? And you want to tone up, you definitely want to save energy and so on. But I know, girl, that you are saying, like, hey, I don't want to taste the same meals all over again and again because I get super tired of the same meals. So hear me out. We're gonna start first by defining what batch cooking actually is, because it can honestly help you so much on your weight loss journey, especially if you are super busy, if you are going to your job, if you are taking care of kids, if you are super busy human like I am. Definitely batch cooking is preparing multiple servings of meals in one cooking session, so that way you will save a lot of energy. But let's talk about it. Instead of cooking a fresh meal every single day, you basically prepare meals for several days in advance, right? I know it is daunting, but it is time saver, and it is a great way to ensure that you are sticking to your dietary goals as well if we want to see faster results. So I want you to imagine now just cooking a large pot of chili con carne or lasagna or tray of roasted vegetables, and you can divide it into portions for the week ahead, because it will save you time, but it will also make it easier to track what you are eating, to be in control of what you are eating. Because when you have healthy, pre-portioned meals ready to go, you are less likely to reach for unhealthy snacks, right? Or you will not order takeaways just because you have the meal in your fridge. So, why does batch cooking help you with your weight loss journey? First, it puts you in control of the portion sizes. When you prepare your meals in advance, you can measure out exactly how much you are eating. This is the power, this is the magic. It will also help you to avoid any overeating, and it will reduce any impulsive eating, especially if, for example, you are hungry, you just go back after your really hard day at work and you are like, okay, I just need to eat so much right now. And obviously, we will be overeating, we will be just snacking from the fridge. Then we will forget to track something in the app, right? And then you will see, like, the next day, your weight didn't go down, and you will be questioning yourself, hey, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. My weight is not going down, and it's just because we didn't have any prepared meals in advance and you went snacking, for example, yeah. Um, so basically, we want to plan ahead any balanced meals, because I want you to definitely hit your macros, your protein, your carbs, your fats, because these three macros are helping you to function really well, to be able to focus in your work, to have a lot of energy, to make sure that you are progressing in your gym workouts or home workouts. Basically, it is the key to everything. So, yeah, those four macronutrients are the key. And let me check if I can actually. No, I cannot. Okay. Never mind. Let me know if you have any comments along the way, because I'm here to help you out. But okay, let's talk back about your batch cooking. I know it can be boring. I don't want you to cook just rice and chicken, but let's talk about how can we track it effectively when cooking in bulk. First, I want you to weight your ingredients before cooking, like all of it. This will allow you to calculate the total nutritional content for the dish. For example, if you are making a large pot of soup with vegetables and proteins and added fats like oil or butter, then I definitely want you to track everything in MyFitnessPal or in my app, and then or just write it on the paper. This is what I've done actually. I just wrote, okay, so I have like 1 kilo of chicken, then I have like 500 grams of carrots, then I have 500 grams of red pepper, then I use 20 grams of oil, right? I have it on the papers, and then I want you to calculate for each portion. So let's say you cooked for 4 people or for 4 meals, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, for example. So divide all these ingredients that you just wrote on the paper by 4. super easy. So if you had, 500 grams of carrots, then divided it by 4, and this is what you have for the one day. And then once you have the one day calculated, then I want you to copy paste it to the next days. That way, it is super easy. You know exactly what you will be eating, you know how much you will be eating, you know if you can plan any snacks, any goodies, if you can go out and so on. I know it might sound a little bit hard at the beginning, but it is actually super easy. It is actually easier than if you are cooking every single day and you need to think about it every single day. Like, how do I hit my macros? How do I hit my protein? Rather than if you cook it in advance, then you just copy paste it. And sometimes I'm just freezing the meals. So, for example, I am making, I don't know, prawns with pasta, with basil sauce, whatever. And then I just leave it on the kitchen counter. Then it will get cold, and then I am freezing it. Like, I honestly freeze everything. I know there are some people that they don't like to freeze it, but honestly, for me, I like to freeze it so it's fresh. And then just one day before I'm gonna eat it, I'm just putting it into the fridge so it's slowly get into the normal temperature, and then I'm just like putting it into the microwave. Before you gonna measure everything, I definitely want you to use a food scale. I don't want to see in the app any cups or any tablespoons, teaspoons. Please use food scale and measure everything by grams, because especially oils and sauces, because if you are just tracking by tablespoons, teaspoons, honestly the teaspoon can look slightly different to me, to you. I have like two teaspoons over here, they both look completely different, like one is larger, one is smaller. And so that can lead to different numbers actually that you have in your calories. And this can be also the reason why you might not be losing weight, just because we are just guessing the grams. But if we want to be really accurate, really want to lose fast weight and see better definition, better results, then I would suggest definitely to track everything by grams. Okay, then I want you to kind of get another idea. For example, for example, let's say chicken stir fry. I want you to weight your chicken that is raw. We always measure everything that is raw. If you don't like to cut chicken, or if you don't like to touch the meat, I am the same, girl. So what I do, I usually buy the pack that is already cut its chicken breast, and then I am just like putting the pack on the pan already. So I don't even cut it, and I know it says on the pack, on the package, how many grams it is in there, right? So for example, 900 grams of chicken. So I'm just putting it into the pan. Then maybe I have like another bowl which I am using on my food scale, and then I'm putting everything into the bowl. So for example, potatoes. So again, everything raw, rice, everything raw, pasta, everything raw. And then I want you to put this on the paper again or in the app. And then once you have everything calculated that you will be eating, then just divide it by the portion. Yeah, even though you can cook it all together, which is totally fine. So if you're gonna do lasagna, for example, you're gonna make it in a pot, right? Or the chicken stir fry, you're gonna make it in a huge pot. It can be even for your family, for your friends. That's totally okay. So you can just use the pot, cook it in there, and then you know that when you will be cutting it, maybe do 8 slices of lasagna or 4 portions of the chicken stir fry, and try to balance it out so every portion is kind of same. What I also do, this would be the best if you have some bowls or Tupperware, just put it on the food scale and then measure the chicken stir fry, to each of the Tupperware or into the bowl. So basically every single bowl has the same grams. So for example, if you're gonna cook the chicken stir fry and it's done, then you can just use maybe 200 grams or maybe 4 spoons of chicken stir fry, 4 spoons chicken stir fry, 4 spoons, 4 spoons, and basically in every single bowl you will have 4 spoons or 200 grams of the same meal basically. That way you know that one day you will not have a lot of chicken stir fry, and then the next day you will feel hungry. So this is how I divide my portions as well when it's cooked. Um, when it comes to maybe pasta with sauce, again, it's the same. It all applies the same thing. If you cook everything in batch, again, cook, weigh the pasta beforehand, weigh the sauces beforehand, and then mix it all together, and then just divide it again by the portions. I would definitely suggest to do overnight oats. These are super simple. You can keep them in the fridge for the next 3 days. And actually, if you're gonna use the rolled oats or the oats in water or the yogurt for 2-3 days, they will provide you even more fiber and they will be easier to digest rather than if you're gonna eat the raw oats right away. So yeah, definitely I would use some good jars. Maybe you can go to IKEA, they have some glass jars, because you can put it in the microwave, you can put it right away in the oven, you can put it in the freezer, in the fridge, you can use it anywhere, rather than using plastic Tupperware, because then you need to kind of put it in, I don't know, in the pan or in the plate and so on. So yeah, I'm usually using glass Tupperware from IKEA and they seal really well. If you are starting out with batch cooking, I know it will be super hard, but I want you to keep it simple. Use as many seasonings as you want, use as many vegetables as you want. I want you to just pick one protein source and then one carb source and one fat source. And then just experiment with any seasonings, with garlic, onion. You can add as many garlic and onion as you want. These are really good for your body. And definitely use as many seasonings, salt and pepper, paprika, and so on. Because if you're gonna keep it easy, it will be super easy on tracking as well, rather than if you're gonna use 10 different ingredients and different oils and I don't know what else. So if you're gonna keep it simple, I promise you it will be super simple for your life, and it will save you so much energy, so much time, so much money as well, because now you are buying in bulk and you are cooking in bulk. It will save you, like the dishes and everything. And the more you practice batch cooking and tracking, the more intuitive it will also become and the faster you will see results. So this is actually really good motivation for you to try it out and see how you get with that. If you don't like some meal from the batch cook that you just did, next time you can just change the recipe, or there's nothing wrong if you need to throw it away because you really didn't like it. Just find a way what you will like next time, because it is trial and error like with everything else. I had to get used to it as well. Now I'm, for example, using fresh veggies. I don't like frozen rice, so I usually cook rice on the spot. But honestly, if you are super busy, just try to find what you will like and stick with things that you like. So for example, like if you really like salmon, soy sauce, pasta, mushrooms, do like a salmon stir fry, you can still freeze it and then maybe add a little bit more soy sauce when you are reheating it, so it has a little bit more like sauce to it. So if I am unfreezing some of my meals, then I am adding something fresh. It can be Greek yogurt, for tzatziki, or it can be a little bit more of the soy sauce, more fresh veggies, and so on. So just experiment with what you actually like, what you can stick with. Yeah. So I hope that this was valuable, and I hope that you got a lot of value. Let me know what was your biggest takeaway, and also comment what will be your meal prep, because if you really want to see really good results, this is time to actually put the hard work in and meal prep everything. You know, you can also get inspirations from the Facebook group chat or just message me if you have any questions. I hope that was useful, and I will speak to you soon.